Good morning, everybody. All right, Mrs. Barry?
Hello.
How you doing?
Ooh.
Just getting scared by a toaster. Good morning. Today, I'm doing a giant food. I'm attempting to make... have you ever heard of a Cadbury's finger? If you're in the UK, you must know what these are. But if you're from around the world, they are the most amazing things. Super cool. And just when you go to a kid's party, you get the jelly and the ice cream. And what's the matter, mate? You all right? Okay. That's great. You just get those and everyone pounced on them. There's only like 10 in a pack. So I'm going to try today to make a Cadbury's finger, a giant Cadbury's finger the size of your arm. Is that alright?
What, this big as my fingers?
Yes, your fingers as well.
But they're little.
Well, just pretend they're big, just to help Daddy out, yeah? There you go, you have one. So basically, a Cadbury's finger is like a long stick or finger with curved ends, chocolate coated. In the middle, there is a shortbread filling. They are so good. Like you buy a box and you eat them all. And the kids are just eating them right now. So what we're going to do is make one long, big shortbread stick. And then we're going to drench it in chocolate after I shape it and stuff. So cue some dramatic music while I make a tin foil mould. Don't know if that's going to work. I might need to reinforce it with some cardboard, but we'll have a look. I'm not actually that confident about this structure, but we're going to skip the cardboard step and go right through it like this. I mean, it works for NASA, right? So why not? Now, a standard shortbread recipe will make around about 20 to 24 fingers, and it's made up of butter, flour and sugar. Sometimes rice flour to make it flashy, but we're going for the basics. And I'm multiplying a standard recipe by 10. Hopefully that'll be enough. That will do. We're going to mix this together in a bit, but I'm going to use the rest of the butter to lube our NASA style moldy foily template thing. I'm enjoying this way too much than I should be. It's like a slip and slide from my hand. Amazing. So for this step, I can pretend to look busy by just hugging the pug and getting some child labour involved to do the messy step of mixing together the butter and the sugar. All right?
Yeah.
Child labour. Amazing. Is it a bit cold?
Yeah. It's giving me a hand freeze instead of a brain freeze.
Of course, they could use a spoon, but this is good for their development. It's going to put hair on their chest. Make sure you get all the sugar in there, girls. Scoop it up, really cream together the butter and sugar.
So freezing. Oh.
The sugar and the butter is mixed together. It's basically like a huge bowl of buttercream right now. Very exciting. We could just eat that, but we're going to add plain flour into it to thicken it up. That's 2 kilos of plain flour. Yeah. It doesn't look like much right now, but the flour and butter are merging together as one. So I'm going to keep going and hopefully we'll have a dough. Wedding rings off. It's time to go hands in on this one. Oh yeah, my mind's telling me no. There we go. You can see it's starting to form now. Let's keep going. Oh, check that out. We are getting there, folks. Oh, yeah. Chloe, can you stop Daddy's camera? Because my hands are a bit messy at the moment.
That's too long and I can't reach it.
Got it down on the counter now, folks. Check that out. But I don't know if this is going to be enough. Folks, as you saw, I slammed the dough down and I was preparing to try and push it into the mould because it needs to go in the fridge to firm up. But as I was rolling it out, Mrs. Barry was like, what are you doing? Right?
You can just keep it as it is and wrap it in cling film and put it in the fridge.
We've got it, the shape there. It's perfect. So yeah, it's going in cling film and then in the fridge to firm up for about half an hour. All right, folks, so that's not something you see every day. In fact, that over there is the chocolate torte I made on the last video. But here, we've wrapped our biscuit in the actual baking parchment it's going to be sat on rather than cling film to save it moving. So let's let it firm up a little bit. So while that's in the fridge, you can have a pillow fight with your kids. Wait. You alright with the camera, Mrs. Barry?
Yeah, it's a bit wobbly.
Alright, brilliant. People are going to love that. It's nice and chilled. It's actually held its shape. The oven is warm, so let's get it over there.
Okay.
It's so heavy.
Oh, don't drop it.
It's held its shape though. It's gone a little flatter, but that is firm, okay? I'm happy with it. Are you?
Yes.
Alright. Shortbread normally takes like 15 minutes, but I think this is going to need a good meh. Okay? I'll let you know. Gotta be honest, quite nervous right now, but Cadbury's fingers, normal size ones, are getting me through this. This is something I'm really bad at the moment, just waiting while it bakes in the oven. It's been in there an hour, starting to go nice and golden on top, so I think it's nearly there. Some little gaps on the top that are formed, I'm just gonna fill those with chocolate before one final coat. But standard fingers are keeping me ticking over right now. A question I'm asked at the moment is, where's James? Have you fallen out? No, James and I still consider James to be like my best mate. I'm actually seeing him tomorrow. He's moving house at the moment, so it's really busy times for him. He's got another kid on the way. So I've just been doing giant foods on my own. And what I'm finding is a lot of people are doing giant foods now, and they're not even that giant. So what I'm trying to do is show you how to do these at home, because they're quite cool for a party and that. But in terms of James and I love the banter that him and I have together. I've got much bigger plans. I'm talking world record plans for him and I. There will be more news on that as soon as I can, possibly with the help of brands, possibly the help of you guys if I can get that. But just keep it enjoying what we do, folks. Core blimey, what a stonker. That is pretty heavy indeed. So here is a small pot of melted Cadbury's chocolate, and all I'm doing is filling in those gaps just a little bit to make it a bit more level, and then I'm gonna let it cool down completely, and in that time, although it's just started to rain, I'm gonna walk the dog. Yeah. Mate, do you really want to go out in that? It's hammering down up there, guys. All right, so this is nice and cool now. So I've got some melted chocolate, flipped it over, and we're just like brushing the bottom to get it nice and coated. We'll fridge this to get it nice and firmed up, and then we'll drench it with one final coating, all on the top. Ooh. Folks, it has had 3 hours in the fridge. I just had a cheeky nap for 20 minutes. I'm feeling buzzing right now. I nearly ran out of chocolate fingers as well. This, my friends, is a standard chocolate finger, and I'm only holding it for like 5 seconds and it's melting already, which bodes well for the other one. And this, my friends, is a giant chocolate finger. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty hungry. Oh, it's melting on the top still. Pretty full up now. So there we have it then, guys. Giant Cadbury's chocolate finger. I'm putting that straight back in the fridge. The top still needs even more time to set. I'm going to give it away to friends and family so it won't go to waste. Yeah, it's hot in here. That thing really did want to melt quite quickly. If you've missed any of the other giant food videos, check out the giant food playlist for loads of giant foods with my friend James, my family, and also me on my own. Any other future giant food suggestions, don't forget to let me know down below, and I'll see you again next time.